I should be recording this. Are you listening to this, Garland? Ay, coño, you in that coffee shop. You're killing me. Okay.
I know.
Did you buy a latte? Because they're going to come and get you if you didn't. Okay. So, write this down, people. Every time you send a newsletter, you should send one at least a month, every 2 weeks when you're trying to build a list, or every time you have something to say.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Okay. So in every newsletter, you have to have 3 bullet points. 3 bullet points are 3 places where people can see your work. Or 3 huge pieces of news. Catch me in this TV show today. Catch me in Netflix right here. Check out the trailer to something. You're going to give them 3 places where they can go and see you work. Okay? If you were in a show, one of the bullet points could be a show. Oh, check me out. Buy your tickets now to such and such and such. Okay? Oh, I just built a new website. Check out my new website. But each time, just give them 3 places they can see your work. Okay? And then every single time, there must be a call to action. Meaning, you have to ask them to do something for you. Since you've given them this free stuff where they can find your work for free, in return, you're going to ask them to sign up for your mailing list. Okay? So, I want you to pick 3 things that you want them to do. Where are 3 places they can see your work,
Well, 2 are Netflix. Celia, The White Slave. They're both on Netflix. And for the audience in the US, I have a trailer of. I think I'm gonna be in Boston in September for a film festival.
Okay.
I'm gonna set that up tomorrow, or at least I'm gonna talk with the director to see if she can fly me or what's up with that.
Okay.
So I have those 3 things because the show is in Spanish. It's gonna be just in Puerto Rico.
Well, let's deal with what you have right now. So this is what you're gonna do. Number 1, catch Modesto in White Slave, and then include the link to a picture from White Slave. The second, catch Modesto in Celia, and a link to the show and a picture from the show. Do those 2 and let me see that. Let me just go into Netflix and download a picture or something.
Okay, I do have good pictures from at least from White Slave. I do have a couple.
Good.
Yeah. So should I do that now?
Yep, and then I'll check it. I'll look at it when you're done.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Garland, what's going on with you?
I'm down into steps now. I'm in the steps now. Steps, yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Let me see. Should I share my screen with you, or?
Sure. Modesto, I need you to stop sharing your screen so that Garland can share his. Thank you. Okay, share your screen now. Make it larger, please.
Better? Larger or?
Okay. Okay, great. Scroll down, doing.
Scroll down, doing. So
steps. Ooh, there's a shitload of steps. Scroll down. All right, steps now. Before you even envision an online business, you need to create all of the platforms for it. So you already have a website. Great. You're going to create a link within your website that is your business, and it'll take us to another page. Yes, stop working for free. Thank you, Jesus. Start building an email list. Next to start building an email list, you should put run a Facebook leads campaign.
Okay. Okay.
And Modesto, after you finish doing those links, you're going to need to go into Mad Mimi and create a paid account because we can't do the next steps with the free account. I'm going to show you a very sexy trick. Okay. So those platforms are Facebook advertising, website, and PayPal for business. Because you need a vehicle by which you can collect money from your clients.
Okay, so Facebook, I got, what was the middle one? Facebook, Facebook advertising.
Website.
Then PayPal.
PayPal.
Which I already have.
Instagram.
I have one of those too.
You're going to have to, but you're going to have to sign up an account for PayPal for business. If you're creating an online business, in order to be able to, the way I can sell things on my website is because I have PayPal business. So
I'll upgrade it.
It's like $20 a month.
Okay, I'll upgrade it to business.
You don't need to right now. We're going to figure out the business, but let's just put a to-do list of everything that needs to get done.
Okay.
All right, PayPal business. You need an Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook page.
Okay, I do
This is
have
a lot of work. That's just about your business, though.
Okay.
So I have a page for my acting. I have a badass actor Twitter. I have a badass writer Twitter. And I have my own personal Twitter. Yeah, it's a lot of shit. I know. A social media platform like Buffer, you're going to need to create an account like that so that when you post in one place, it posts everywhere. I don't post on all my different pages. I just go to Buffer.
Okay.
Okay. And Buffer. So what is this business that you want to sell?
Well, I was giving some thought from our last conversation. You were like, I could be teaching online courses about something or other. I'm not sure. So I thought about that. I wasn't sure what I would do. Maybe, I don't know if I'm qualified enough to do playwriting or something like that, but something. So, yeah, so something like that. The other thing is I had a thought just a few days ago. And I started looking into this I was thinking about websites and news, and I've always listened to a lot of news, which I've been cutting down on because of trying to follow Tim Ferriss's advice. But I began to because lately what I've also been doing, I've also been like just getting sick and fed up of NPR and even the BBC, and every time I flip over, it's like, and the poor woman and the woman's child was run over by a truck and shot by 10 police, and and I'm like, really, do I really need to hear this, especially since I can't do anything about it?
Right now.
Right now I can't go put on my cape and go fly into the rescue and shit, So like, do I really, is this really helping me? It's just really kind of annoying me. So I thought about putting together a website called All the Cool Things. And here's also the genesis. I was thinking about how very few people or places or businesses or whatever talk about all the cool shit that's happening in the world. It's like all we ever seem to hear about in the news is all the fucked up shit, But when I take a look around, I actually take the time to scour around the internet and cruise around. There is some insanely cool shit, a lot of insanely cool shit that people are doing and projects. And I mean, just in all realms, in all industries, just incredible stuff. So you got like this whole part of the population that is freaking out and wringing their hands, going, "Oh my God," and yelling at each other about Trump this and Trump that or whatever. And then you got this whole other part of the population that is like putting all their time and attention into the cool shit that they're doing, you know? And so I thought, why not have a website called allthecoolthingshappening.com,
Okay.
you know,
Now,
or all the cool stuff happening, which could be kind of, I was thinking would probably be advertising, you know, that would be the biggest way, advertising, because, you know, it would draw traffic. And folks that have cool shit going on, or companies, organizations like IBM has got some super cool shit they're trying to do with Watson. People keep calling Google evil, but there's some super cool shit that they're trying to do, you know, various other companies and what have you.
That's interesting. It will take a while for it to make money.
Mm-hmm.
It would take a couple of years, a year.
Yeah, that's what I figured, yeah.
How fast you work. If you taught classes, you'd make money faster.
Then
But, you know, you also got to like it, because an online business is a lot of work.
Right.
You also have to like doing that. So you're basically going to become a blogger.
Mm-hmm. You know, with regards to the classes, I love this, you know, like what we're doing now and what have you. And I've even, you know, because I told you I was helping out my friend do this, you know, stuff. So I've been Zooming a lot with him and what have you, trying to get, I really enjoy the online thing, frankly. I think it's very cool, and I would love to do something. I guess where I kind of run into a little roadblock is I keep thinking, what would I teach? I feel like a, you know, what?
What do you know a lot about?
Theater and entertainment.
In particular.
Poetry. I know a lot about poetry. Performing. I know a lot about performing. Mm-hmm. Being a performer and what it takes to be the kind of attitudes you need to try and cultivate.
Could you coach poets?
Yeah, absolutely. I have coached poets many times. So
Here's your business.
Coaching poets.
And that's a little poor environment. So you have to start. You always start with a cheap thing. My first class was $24.99, and it was 90 minutes, and it was on a telephone. I sold 39 spots. Great. All the money I put into advertising, I paid for itself. Mm-hmm. And then the people that took that, I gave them 20% discount on the next class that I taught. And so half of that group then signed up for the next class. So I made a lot of money then without having to work so hard. So that's kind of how you make the first one a cheapie so people get hooked.
Right.
Look at Modesto. What is Modesto doing now?
Just looking a little demonic there for a moment. The other thing, though, I have to be cognizant about myself, though, is that when I've been hired to be a teacher in the schools, you know, arts in the schools kind of thing, and what have you. And I've always, every time I've done it, I've run up against the brick wall of having to create, you know, the curriculum, creating the curriculum, envisioning that, putting it together.
Well, when you teach yourself, the launch, did you pay attention to the launch thing?
Yes, I did. I did, yes.
So all I do when I sit down and talk to y'all is just talk. I mean, some of my early classes, there was a lot of curriculum. But now that I'm moving into business, which is something I know sort of intuitively and the steps to do it, I don't need to write down a curriculum unless I'm going to write a book. And most people write their books to sell their classes.
Oh, right. Oh,
you can just do YouTube videos.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I have no problems. As you can tell, I have no problems just talking or conversating.
You just got to make sure you give real information that's usable right now. And as we work on a launch, we'll put those pieces together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your curriculum, for example, the first time I did one, and this is a very important thing. I have a friend who's always complaining about her business. She started 13 different businesses. And I was like, do you ask people what they need before you start a business?
Mm.
You just doing what you want to do, like most artists do. I was like, you have to identify a need.
Mm-hmm.
And so I identified a need. People were like, how can I get an agent?
Mm-hmm.
That's what everybody wanted to know. I was like, I want to teach you how to be a self-producing artist. No, they wanted to know how to get an agent.
Mm-hmm.
So then I came up with an idea that I thought was the most foolproof and effective. One, book something really potent and get a New York Times review.
Mm-hmm.
Two, target agents by taking classes with them and building online presence where they come see your work and getting coached for them.
Mm-hmm.
Or three, make your own work.
Mm-hmm.
And all of those involve the emotional type, so that when you actually sit down to a meeting, you can sell your emotional type plus your physical type. So I had ideas about how you could get one. And I got New York Times reviews, but I finally had to produce my own work to get a sexy manager. And that's what I did. And so that's what I teach. And while I made my own work, I became a marketing, like, crazy person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I can always put butts in seats.
Mm-hmm.
That's really important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I also know about, I have to say, I know about running and creating an open mic and
Right.
mic event. I'm in my 15th year. That's going to be the hardest thing to give up eventually. But I'm in my 15th year of doing this, and we're now there every. What's that?
You don't have to give it up if you monetize it.
That's what I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to monitor because I don't want to give it up. And I know that the people in the community here, because literally I have regulars who show up who will come for like years at a time. You know what I mean? Religiously, every week they will show up, until they're done with whatever, and then they move on, and I have people every week. It's the busiest night in the coffee house.
You videotape?
I have been like on my phone. I've been doing some videotapes on it. So I have a bunch of videotapes of folks from over the last several years.
Okay. So here's the thing. You got to pick one, and we got to create a business. Pick one for our first launch. What are you going to sell? The selling recordings, the spoken word, how to run a spoken word, or monetizing your own, you have to get a lot of releases signed before you can use that video to sell. So I think we should start by introducing yourself as a spoken word coach.
Okay.
Spoken word performance coach. Period.
Okay. And that's true. I mean, I have done that work. I mean, the Arts Council for Monterey County has paid me $50 an hour actually to do that with a program I brought called Poetry Out Loud, which is a National Endowment of the Arts program. And I've gone to schools and worked with the kids and what have you.
So what's the name of this company?
Well, a name I used before many years ago was Dancing Poet Productions. I kind of took that because people said I danced when I performed my poetry.
What do you want to teach people with your business? What do you want people to walk away with?
A greater ability to communicate whatever it is they want to communicate to other humans, to other people.
Okay, tell me a verb that does that, what you just said.
Speak. To speak. Is that not? Yeah, that's a verb, right? Action.
But that doesn't really mean what you just said.
To perform.
Not necessarily. To perform. You want people to be able to effectively communicate whatever the message is that they're selling through their work.
Yes,
so
honestly.
If you're effectively communicating, the result is that the people watching what?
The people have an incredible, they get what what the person is trying to communicate with them, and they get it, and they have hopefully a revelatory experience.
Okay, so when you have somebody on the stage and somebody in the audience communicating with each other, what's a verb that symbolizes that? Physicalize that.
The verb. Well, it's funny. I haven't thought about verbs in so long.
They're action words.
Right. Perform is too general.
When people are talking to each other, understanding each other, what?
They are touching each other. To touch someone else's heart.
Great. Give me another one.
To possibly change their perspective.
Too intellectual. Really like concrete, something you physically do.
To make them feel good. To make them laugh.
But when when you're really communicating, time for you to sort of think metaphorically. Okay, so when people are, for example, when I decided on the dreamunlock.com, I asked a ton of my friends, well, what do I do? What's some of the verbs or adverbs that you think of? And everybody came up with dream. Dreaming, boutique coaching, artisanal, which is boutique, bespoke came up, bespoke artist coaching, artist coach, but everybody was like dream. You got to have dream in there because what you are selling is a dream. It's not life or death. It's not. It is an optional thing. People don't need to have it to live. And when you are selling dreams, right? There's no guarantee that what people are getting is going to materialize. But it's reaching for the dream. And the problem that everybody was having, people don't have a problem figuring out what their dream is. Well, a lot of times they do, but actually getting it to be real. So we came up with Dream Maker. Okay, but that was taken. And I liked breaking the chain, and that's how we came up with Unlock the Dream, right? So it's a metaphor for what you want to do, which is what makes it interesting. Like Good Bread Alley. The byline for the campaign was, give us some dough so we can make some good bread, Alley. Right? So you have to find a metaphor for what it is that you want to do. A metaphor that's like catchy, that's cool, that really communicates what it is that you're doing. Come on, you're a poet.
Well, you know, it's funny, as what pops into my head right now, kind of off the cuff, is the final thing I say every Wednesday night when I'm saying goodnight, the end. Literally the very last thing I say always is, whatever you do, wherever you go, always be good human beings. And that's like a core message for me. I don't know if that probably doesn't fit. That probably doesn't fit here, but
it's hard to put into one word for a domain. I'm trying to find you a business name, a domain that's easy to remember, that really communicates what it is that you do.
Boy, that's a tough one. Well, spoken word tends to be a term that I've been associated with that works for me also, because to me it's kind of an umbrella term that, you know, we've come up with and that we've decided to start using in the last 20 years or so.
Right, but we gotta figure out an active domain name that communicates what you're going to do for people.
Okay.
You know, taking the mystery out of becoming a spoken word artist, or I mean, you're the poet.
Yeah.
So what is it that people get out of your work?
You know,
That's
that's a
change their lives concretely.
they get joy, they get enjoyment, they get taken on a trip somewhere, because that's always what I'm trying to do, is take them somewhere, and then bring them back, take them on a little journey.
What do you give them that they can't live without?
That's funny, because like, boy, probably my first answer without thinking of it would be like nothing, I suppose, because I'm not giving them food or money or anything like
That's
that.
not true. That's not what theater does. What does art do? What does art?
It helps people understand. It engenders empathy. It helps bring people to. It brings people together.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big part of it. I think like spoken word, I think, has been a thing that has brought people together. People of all different types have come together because there was something in that spoken word that that appealed to them, that got them somehow.
If I were creating a spoken word business, I would call it the Church of the Spoken Word. Academy of the Spoken Word. You actually have to give your business this inspiring language. Make people feel like, oh, this is what it's going to do for me. Because basically, spoken word is just church.
Right.
Which is why people of color like it so much. We just love church. Why do people go to church? I mean, I hate fucking church. I'd rather read a book.
Well, me too.
I can get the same thing from a book that I can get from church. A lot of people that experience literature that way, they experience oral tradition. So how do you elevate this into something that people have got to have?
Well, I like the Church of Spoken Word. That's
You have to pay me if you're going to use that. It's my intellectual property.
Okay. All right.
So here's what I would do. I would start taking a poll, do it on Facebook. You can ask your friends one verb that they think of, or two or three that they think of when they see you work.
Okay.
And like a brand is like the badass actor. That's a brand. And where did I get it? In all of my videos, I was like, you got to work some badassery. Well, you got to be a badass. And I was like, okay, I keep talking about this. Let me just call it what it is. Usually things are a whole lot simpler than we think. A whole lot simpler. And every new class that you create, you're going to have to come up with an exciting language. I'm trying to come up with exciting language for the next thing too. And I'm like, let's see.
Right.
But, usually the names of your classes, the brand names of what you're selling have to do with who you are and what you do. Okay. Like, I have classes, how to be a motherfucking actor, how to kick ass on the interview. Like, it's what I do. It comes out of how I speak. So what you do is what is the names, are the brand names of your products. So you're going to get some verbs from people.
Okay.
And tell people not to get all intellectual. Active, basic.
Okay.
Jamming, connecting, riding the wave, something. I don't know what y'all snappy finger people do, because I categorically abhor spoken word. So I don't have a lot of information about what actually goes on beyond the woo-woo of it. But y'all have some language that y'all all share that's all like beautiful, people connected and whatnot. And I'm like, I actually can't help you with that. Because it's not my world.
You've never heard my spoken word, I see. So
I have a client, Kareem, who's a writer. And I have coached him for the last 5 years in writing, and I never see his work. Why? Because it's spoken word. And he's like, I can't believe you. I was like, did I help you become a writer and tell stories? Yeah. Fine. I don't have to go listen to no spoken word. And he was like, that's fucked up, but it's so much better. I was like, but it's still spoken word. And when I coach it and I have to listen to pages of it at a time, I want to kill myself repeatedly with a spoon in my throat. So I'm being paid to do that when I coach it. But when I go see a show, I'm not being paid to do that. Now, if you want me to come see you in a motherfucking play, I'll do that. But I'm not coming to spoken word. This is the understanding we had before he started coaching with me. And I was like, if you're cool with me coaching you in a format I cannot stand, fine. But you actually give me good form shit. I was like, great, pay me. I'll keep giving you good form. I ain't listening to that shit unless I get to the line. So I'll teach you how to do it, but I'm not. So everybody goes, oh, he's so deep. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Well, first of all, I got to tell you, anybody who sits around and does that shit for real in a some performance way, then they deserve your score. Trust me.
I don't like spoken word.
Yeah.
I like spoken word for about 2 minutes. And then I'm like, oh, okay, now what? So, none of my business. The rest of the world loves spoken word, and you can make a shit ton of money. So go do it. Because for me, the bottom line is you making money? I could marry a spoken word artist. I don't ever want to fucking hear no spoken word. If you making money,
right.
And he's good with me just cooking and it being food ready when he get home from the spoken word, and I got to be up in there all the time.
Right. Well,
make money.
Well, making money at it, making money at spoken word has been sort of a holy grail for so many people who tried to do it.
Yes, I know.
And it doesn't
money.
Yeah. Well, frankly, I never really thought about trying to make money with spoken word because it didn't seem there was any money in it. So I'm not,
This is a transition we're making. We don't do things that don't generate money.
Mm-hmm.
We have to move away from that free labor mindset.
Mm-hmm.
People should pay you for your craft.
Mm-hmm.
Even spoken word, the craft of spoken word, it is a craft.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do
it. Yeah.
And so if people are if they like the performance, they should be paid.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. That's true.
All right. So no free work. Free work is out. All right. So you're getting verbs so we can figure out the name of your company.
Okay.
And we can't move forward until you've done that. We need a company name. And then once you come up with some words, schedule your 15-minute with me for this week. You should have a bunch of words. And you should check those phrases to make sure those domain names are not taken.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That's what needs to happen there. Modesto?
Yes.
Have you created your paid Mad Mimi account?
I did.
Okay, Garland, can you stop sharing with me, please, so I can see Modesto's spectacular creation?
I mean, let me. Wait. Okay, I already. Okay, share screen.
Jay!
I have the links. I have the links and the pictures, but I don't know how to post them.
So, go back to images and load the pictures for the show.
Images.
Don't do that. Not you, my cat. Don't do that. Don't scratch it.
This is one.
Were your ears burning last week, Friday?
You took me? Uh-huh.
Because Angela and I were talking about you.
Oh, Angela.
I went to her New York premiere of her show.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Cussed out somebody in the audience, and I was like, I was about to curse somebody out because they were like, this image of black men is violent, and we don't need to be portraying that. And John Singer said, Well, in order to get a story made, you have to write about the things that people are writing about that are selling because it's business. And he's like, but we don't need violence to come see it. And then he went off. He was like, Rosewood was the best movie I ever made. And nobody went to see it because it was about a black man. And at that point in the Q&A, I got up out of my seat and I had on like a peach like jumpsuit. You could see me a mile away. And I walked to the mic. And as I was walking to the mic, Angela went. Because I was about to go at it. I was like, this man is telling the most important stories of any black director of our generation. I was about to cuss him out so bad that he would have left that place crying. I was like, do not be jumping on artists and putting their shit on the line. But Angela was like, afterwards, she said, I saw your face as you crossed over there, and I was so scared for him because it was like, I was like, no. She's like, but then John Singleton was like, well, what? You get something produced in Hollywood. And fuck you, and I told him what to do. And I was like, yay! John Singleton said something good. Excited. And we were talking about you afterwards. We're like, Leslie should be on this show. And Angela was like, I was like, he is magic. Like, he was amazing. I was like, yeah, he almost made me trip over some lines. That never happened. And she was like, and I was like, did you see a show on Netflix? She's like, he is magic. Not to be confused with the magic.
No.
Okay, are the pictures loaded?
Yes.
Okay. Scroll down. What's the first one you're going to put in?
Let's do La Esclava Blanca.
So move the Esclava Blanca picture to the first picture.
Here.
You're going to drag it. Yeah, you're going to click on the picture and then drag it over. Where'd you disappear? Here, hold on. I'm going to request control of your screen. Oh my God, I love this Zoom. Here we go. Yay! So now, you know what I would do? Instead of doing it like this, go up to
Sorry, go up to
the top of the box and make it just a photo. Right in the center of the box, go to that top line and click it. Click on image and text.
Image and text,
Click on that and make it just right. And now make that image huge.
More?
Yes.
No.
Oh, it's adding more images. I don't want that. Delete them. I just want the image you have to be larger. So if you go to the bottom right-hand corner, yeah, there you go. Okay, great. Now, go down to the bottom. And you're going to add a text box. Keep going. Okay, so down here where you see the text, that one. Click on that and drag it up. There you go. So I want you to click on the arrows to the upper left-hand corner and drag it up underneath the picture. Drag the opposite and drag it. Yes.
Oh.
Mira, look how pretty.
Here.
Right, and now you're going to put a description of the project. What section is also in?
Okay. International hit or international TV project?
International hit. Miniseries. The White Slave. Available on Netflix. Yeah. And type in HRE. Get rid of the period.
I'm sorry?
Click Catch Modesta International Hit Miniseries, The White Slave, available on Netflix here. HERE. Put the word here. And then you're going to make here a live link. So select here. And then you're going to click on the chain up above, right under text, see that chain? Yes. And put the link in on Netflix to La Esclava Blanca.
Oh, wow.
This is why I earned the big bucks, okay? Okay. Beautiful.
Where is it? No. Oh, God.
Okay. Okay. So click on OK in the upper left-hand corner. Click OK. And then click Save. Upper right-hand corner. Above Images and Style, click Save. Great. Okay. Go to the photo and make the photo, click on the pencil underneath the photo. And put the Netflix link in there too. And then an image caption, put click image to watch The White Slave.
Click image. Save.
Now, if this were a paid account, have you made it into a paid account yet?
No.
Okay. Before our next session, I want you to make this a paid account. Okay. Because what we can do with a paid account is that every time somebody clicks on something in your newsletter, they will automatically be added to your mailing list.
Oh.
So that's why you share it all over social media, because it automatically builds your social media. So there's a couple of things I want the two of you to do before our 15-minute sessions, which is your schedule. I want you to finish doing this newsletter, Modesto. And then I want you to register it as a paid account. And then I'm going to show you where it says GoPro. And then I want you to migrate all of your contacts in your Gmail to here.
To
here. Very so you're going to click on Save This. Just save the whole newsletter.
I mean, save.
Yeah, save
here
it.
and the. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Now click on Audience. Okay. So click on Add Contacts. No, upper right-hand corner. Add Contacts, yeah. So it's going to ask you, if you go into Google and you download your contacts into an Excel spreadsheet, you can then upload that Excel spreadsheet right here. And
Here.
all your contacts, right? All your contacts will now be in Mad Mimi, and you can start mailing them.
Okay.
So, when in doubt, if you get confused, close this. If you get confused, let me tell you the best thing to do. Click on help. And say, how do I upload my contacts? And it'll walk you through it. It's very simple. I chose this platform because it's very user-friendly.
It's 8 o'clock.
Everything you need to know is here. So before our next session, and if you can't figure it out, we'll migrate your contacts there. But you'll need to download them into an Excel spreadsheet from Gmail. Do you know how to do that?
Nope, but
I think you just go to contacts and look for settings and how to export your contacts.
Okay.
And if you can't figure it out, we'll do it in our 15-minute session. And Garland, you're coming up with verbs in the name of your company and checking the domain, correct?
Yes. Yes.
You also need to finish the worksheets. So we can move on to so we can make a list of steps so you don't get overwhelmed. Some of the stuff Garland has already done from the Badass After class. So, like set up his platform and the website and the mailing, but we're gonna get there.
okay. But okay, I have to finish the whole newsletter thing and also the scenes that I owe you.
Oh my God, you have so much work to do, Modesto.
I know.
Okay, stop sharing your page with me and let me write down.
Yeah, you know, April, I think I'm gonna start using Mad Mimi instead, since that's the platform that works best for you. And you know, MailChimp, that's fine. MailChimp is MailChimp.
I found MailChimp so confusing.
Really?
Oh my God, so confusing. Okay,
That's funny.
so let's make this list, people. Homework. All right. So migrate contacts to Mad Mimi. What else? Finish first newsletter with 3 places, 3 bullet points where people can see your work. ¿Qué más? Modesto has to transcribe scenes.
How many?
Does that answer your question?
Okay.
Okay, Modesto and Garland need to finish part 2 of the 4-hour working documents. What's the
Right.
name of that second form?
The second form, the
Timeline and
Meantime-
timeline?
the Dreamline worksheet.
Okay, so I would like you guys next week, Monday, instead of us meeting, I want you to send me your homework next Monday.
Okay.
And then we will take that next week. I'll send you notes. You can still schedule your 15 minutes with me. I will send you notes and corrections. And you should be able to finish all of this work if we put next week off. Yes?
Yeah, totally.
And you're going to schedule a 15-minute with me this week and next week.
Okay.
Right. And I need to schedule one this week as well. Yes.
Yes, and next week. Just do
And
it
next.
now.
For both. Okay.
Are there questions? I will upload this class to the page and you can watch it if you're confused about anything.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I love
you.
you, beautiful brown man. Have a good week.
You
Thank
too.
you. Thank you very
Bye.
much. See you later.
Bye,
Bye.
Bye, Garland.